The following has been taken from the Thoth Tarot, Astrology and Other Selected Writings by Phyllis Seckler, Sora Merrill, edited by David Shoemaker, Gregory Peters, and Rorik Johnson. Death. The 13th trump is attributed to Nun in Hebrew, whose value is 50 or 700 as a final letter. The meaning of this letter is a fish, and the verb attributed to it is to sprout, to grow. One might be puzzled by these attributions of a fish to the card of death until one thinks how fast-moving is a fish, how it moves and varies and changes and flashes quickly by before our eyes. A fish is also a lower form of life that exists in water, and this ties in with the attribution of this card to Scorpio in the zodiac, which is a watery sign. Death is not a final event, but only a transformation into another kind of life. Also, the cells in our bodies die daily and new cells are formed. Plants die and leave their seeds in the ground, and from these new plants grow. The person dies and leaves behind a physical body, but the soul and spirit are set free. The message of the card is that all life must be changed and transformed. The Sefer Yetzirah calls this path the imaginative intelligence. Underlying all the phenomena of change and regeneration is the idea that the imagination starts the process. In other words, mental images are basic to the start of change. If a change is desired on the physical plane, one must first imagine in the mind what it is to be brought forth. This is clearly illustrated by certain types of cures of the physical body, whether by an act of faith, as at Lourdes, or by faith in some process which it is believed will effect the cure. But it is not only change in the physical body that is meant here, but profound changes in the psychological life by going through the alchemical processes mentioned above. When one learns to face and experience the path of death by giving up the earthly desires, by surrounding all that we thought was the only way for us, the only love, the delight of our lives, then one may arrive at the sphere of Tefereth and hear the love between the holy guardian angel and his lover is beyond all words and thoughts, beyond the best poetry and art. Poets and artists have tried to express all that this has meant, but everything that has anything material about it, which exists on an earthly and mundane plane or in the thinking mind, has a quality of unreality about it. Every love is not so much a victory, as the sphere of Venus is called, but an invitation to death, so that we may go beyond our normal selves. The change, death, and regeneration signified by the card of death are but aspects of a process which involves us in another plane of being, a far greater plane, the knowledge of the Son Tefereth of our own being. This is one of the paths to Tefereth, that as initiates climbing up the tree of life, we experience in order to grow to the highest and best that is in us. It is not possible to be initiated without the symbols of death. This is the reason why death is used in all great systems of initiation. Death is implicit in the idea of love, in the idea of Netzach. Even to fall in love with another or with our will to do whatever it is we must do means a change, a death to all little wants and wishes, a focusing of the will to love, whatever it is that we love. We must become purged of all the little desires and wishes which would interfere with our true will, so that we may free ourselves from our own self-made prisons. We welcome immersed in the will of the holy guardian angel and give ourselves up completely to this will. For the will of the HGA and the love are aligned with the universal or cosmic will and love. When we enter this dark world of experience, we must overcome the fear of death, and then only may we be reborn into the light. Jung says, by descending into the unconscious, the conscious mind puts itself into a perilous condition, for it is apparently extinguishing itself. But death is followed by rebirth, and as the scythe of the skeleton sweeps all before it, we see the filmy and pale beginnings of new lives forming in the vortexes of new spheres, arranging like a spiral, for life moves with a spiral movement. And lastly, from the Book of Thoth, eagle and snake and scorpion, the dance of death whirls life from trance to trance to trance. The universes change. Every change is the effect of an act of love. All acts of love contain pure joy. Die daily. Death is the apex of one curve of the snake life. Behold all opposites as necessary complements, and rejoice. A. The heart of Iao dwelleth in ecstasy in the secret place of the thunders. Between a sar and a sea he abideth in joy. The lightnings increased, and the Lord Tahuti stood forth. The voice came from the silence. Then the one ran and returned. Now hath Nuit veiled herself, that she may open the gate of her sister. The Virgin of God is enthroned upon an oyster shell. She is like a pearl, and seeketh 70 to her fore. In her heart is Hadit, the invisible glory. Now riseth Ra-Hoor-Khuit, and dominion is established in the star of the flame. Also is the star of the flame exalted, bringing benediction to the universe. Here then, beneath the winged Eros, is youth, delighting in the one and the other. He is a sar between Asi and Nepthi. He cometh forth from the veil. He rideth upon the chariot of eternity. The white and the black are harnessed to his car. Therefore he reflecteth the fool, and the sevenfold veil is revealed. Also came forth Mother Earth with her lion, even Sekhet, the lady of Asi. Also the priest veiled himself, lest his glory be profaned, lest his word be lost in the multitude. Now then the Father of all issued as a mighty wheel. The Sphinx and the dog-headed god and Typhon were bound on his circumference. Also the lady Ma'at, with her feather and her sword abode to judge the righteous, for fate was already established. Then the Holy One appeared in the great water of the north. As a golden dawn did he appear, bringing benediction to the fallen universe. Also Asar was hidden in Amenti, and the lords of time swept over him with the sickle of death. And a mighty angel appeared as a woman, pouring vials of woe upon the flames, lighting the pure stream with her brand of cursing. And the iniquity was very great. Then the Lord Chem arose, he who is holy among the highest, and set up his crowned staff for to redeem the universe. He smote the towers of wailing, he brake them in pieces in the fire of his anger, so that he alone did escape from the ruin thereof. Transformed, the Holy Virgin appeared as a fluidic fire, making her beauty into a thunderbolt. By her spells she invoked the scarab, the Lord Keph-Ra, so that the waters were cloven and the illusion of the towers was destroyed. Then the sun did appear unclouded, and the mouth of a sea was on the mouth of a Sar. Then also the pyramid was builded so that the initiation might be complete. And in the heart of the Sphinx danced the Lord Adonai, in his garlands of roses and pearls, making glad the concourse of things, yea, making glad the concourse of things.